What is up, boys and girls? Spooky Fridge back with another VGC stream. That's a word. Yeah. Using the same team as last time. Felt I didn't really give it enough cred. I've really gotten the hang of it now. It's kind of odd. It took a bit of time to get used to Clefairy's impact on the game and which Mega to bring. As you saw yesterday, I had Mega Gengar. However, I'm also running Mega Salamence on the same team. Mainly because I find I'm never bringing one when I bring the other as well. There are sometimes where I need that little bit of extra coverage, but I can find that it's typically not too much of an issue. I am starting work on a Mega Sceptile team with a Sceptile Gyarados core, along with a Terrakion. So that should be interesting. But until then, of course, we have this. So here we go. I've gone up to 1643. I've done a couple of battles recently, done pretty well. Quite nice, honestly. I am taking notes down on my opponent's team, mainly just who's bringing what when. Aside from that, though, everything should be interesting. We have Ciso from Japan, obviously, with the rating of 1635, and she has Tyranitar, Charizard, Bisharp, Cresselia, Whimsicott, and Lopunny. So we have a bit of an odd core there. Mainly things to note are the fake out encore coming from Whimsicott and Lopunny, potential trick room options between Cresselia and Tyranitar. Bisharp not being amazingly fast is also useful to note. Who do I feel like bringing though? I feel like Heatran is a really safe bet, as he doesn't particularly care about the Charizard, the Whimsicott, and he can take a low kick from Lopunny. The Bisharp also doesn't like him, and Tyranitar can have issues against him. As far as everything else, I feel his main issues being the Lopunny. I feel like Breloom's another good choice. And with that, I can also spore anything once I have the Whimsicott out of the way. For a Mega, two of them don't like flying, and Salamence would be interesting, but this is a Charizard X, I'm in trouble. So what I might do is I might bring... Gengar hits the Whimsicott and the Charizard hard. So what I'll do is I'll bring... Yeah, and Gengar just for raw damage output. And that should do. Ran a bit low on time there, but that's fine. So let's see what the opponent's leading out with. Let's see... Yep, there you are. That's cool. The Bisharp Charizard lead. Okay, cool. Good thing is, if this is Charizard Y, then he can't really go for much at all. What I am going to do is, I don't really want to take a Sucker Punch from the Bisharp, but I will. Anyway, it's unavoidable. I'm going to go for the Mach Punch on Bisharp, just in case he goes for the knockoff instead. And Heatran will go for the Heat Wave, basically to negate Sash. I'm thinking this is Charizard Y. If it's Charizard X, and I'm really not banking on it, if it's Charizard X, an Earthquake will quickly take down Heatran, which I'd rather avoid. So he did lead with Charizard and Bisharp. And I'll see if this is a Charizard X or Y in a second. Charizard Y. Beautiful. So yeah, Charizard Y really can't do much against Heatran, as I am immune to the blasting stab that comes out of everything else. So, here we go. We have the Drought. And the Bisharp goes for Protect. That's less than optimal. That's fine. My Breloom does outspeed the Bisharp, and he is very, very afraid of all that. So that's fine. I'm going to go for the Heat Wave, and it is going to miss the Charizard. That is a terrible first turn. That is no good at all. Alright. That's fine. Everything can be recovered. I'm going to Mach Punch the Bisharp now to get that out of the way. If it isn't a Focus Sash Bisharp, then it's dead. best bet would be to withdraw. There we go. But that's fine, because I really did force that out. And we've got a Cresselia coming in. So Cresselia won't be able to do a gigantic amount, and he's going to take a massive hit in the sun. So that's all good. That's all pretty decent. As it does have the Rocky Helmet, and that does take out my Breloom. That was a pretty big... Oh my god, and I get another miss on the Heat Wave. That is fucking terrible. That's alright. So I'm going to bring in Gengar here. Hopefully he won't realize it's a Mega Gengar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go once again for the Heat Wave. Holy shit, I'm having terrible luck here. And I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt on the Charizard slot. The Charizard's used his Protect this turn. And he is running out of Sun, which means that once that happens, the Azumarill can come in and clean up pretty easily. Yeah, I'm not too happy about everything else. Heatran is basically causing a lot of issues with opponents switching in, so we're going to see what happens here. Nothing on his team wants to take a Thunderbolt. At least nothing that can't also take a Flash Cannon. Looks like the Gengar did scare out any sort of Whimsicott or Lopunny. Yep, and we have the Cresselia coming out. Who is coming in? That's a new one. We've got the Tyranitar coming in. Alright. That's fine, because that is actually still not going to affect Gengar at all as he goes for this Thunderbolt. And what I can do is I can go for the Flash Cannon next turn for the super effective coverage. And that should be fun. Oh my god, and he survives. And he goes for the Flamethrower. Who is he targeting? Obviously the Gengar. That does so much. That's really gonna demolish everything. And I'm not getting the burn that turn. That's alright. As Charizard does go down. So that's the Sun out. So now if I were my opponent, I would be bringing in Bisharp. Which is all well and good. Because Gengar can't last another turn in the sand. Yeah, what I'd be doing if I was my opponent, I'd bring in Bisharp, not Cresselia. But if he wants to bring Cresselia, that's fine, then Gengar will just go for another attack. Yeah, here we go. Really wish I had that Breloom. That's fine. He knew what he needed to do. He brought two fighting weak guys and did not end up doing well for me. That's fine. I'm going to go for another Heat Wave, and I'm going to switch the... Heat Wave. And I'm going to switch the Gengar for my Torpedo. And then this will give me a chance to judge what type of Tyranitar this is. Bisharp 75 as an Adamant. So unless it's the jollier, timid Tyranitar, I shouldn't have an issue. But that's alright, because as the Bisharp does go for the Sucker Punch onto Heatran. What are we going to see? We're going to see a Low Kick. So that is going to demolish Heatran. Toot sweet. That is terrible. That was a good play by my opponent. Probably wouldn't have minded some redirection from Clefairy. No. Nah, I screwed myself. I'm not doing well on these live streams. It's okay, we'll have another game and see how that goes. That's fine. I'm going to go for the... So it is the Life Orb Bisharp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Azumarill, and Bisharp is the big threat. I'm going to go for a Play Rough. What's going to happen is, unless he wants to take a full power Sludge Bomb, he is not going to want to do anything other than target the Gengar. There's still a chance it can go through, because I can hit up. Yep, there we go. The Tyranitar is protecting. What is the Bisharp going to do? It's going to knock off my Citrus Berry. That's annoying. That was a good play, because the sand is going to knock him out. I probably should have gone for the... Oh well. Play Rough should get the KO. And it does not. God damn it. Gengar does get one more turn, though, which is very, very nice. So what I can do is, obviously I can force him to attack the Gengar slot. He shouldn't have too much to deal with Torpedo. But if he goes for anything other than the Sucker Punch, that means I get a free Sludge Bomb off against the Tyranitar. I could potentially squeeze out a win if I can play rough the Cresselia. If I can get the Cresselia out. He's got a very... yeah, he knew what he was doing. Salamence wouldn't have helped. And Clefairy wouldn't have helped, I feel, against this team. So I kind of got stuck with what I had. So that's... I should have conserved Breloom and brought out Gengar, I feel. No. So it's gonna bring in the Cresselia. That Rock Slide's gonna be a 2-hit KO on my current health. But the Sand is going to knock me down to the remaining 4. He's probably going to attack just to preserve his score in the match, but I feel like, yeah, whatever. I'll do what I can do. That's, game. So there we go. That was not a good match for me. I feel like I was too worried about the Whimsicott lead. Salamence wouldn't have done anything. So I need to work on conserving Breloom a bit more. But that's fine. Maybe sporing the Charizard on turn 1. The Protect from Bisharp on that first turn was very obvious, and I should have played into that. That's alright. Okay. Charizard is one of those anti-meta games. The Flamethrower is odd because he usually does pack an Overheat, but I guess it's more for conservation. But yeah, I was really anticipating a Charizard. Why I was worried about an X, and X would have messed everything up. That's the main thing. So we'll get this going again. So the ratings dropped down a bit. That should be fine though. Still in the top 100 for Australia, so that's fine. Here we go. We have... what is that? That's, fuck. Never mind. Alright. So we have a Whimsicott, a Terrakion. That's the beat-up Encore. That's the beat-up lead. On top of that, we have a Charizard, Y, and a Azumarill, another Gengar, and a Cresselia. So, what I am keen to do is lead... He'll go Rock Slide. I know that. He'll go for a beat-up Rock Slide. So I am keen to go in with Gengar and Azumarill to hard counter that. Does Breloom do much? That Azumarill doesn't. No. No, wait. That's a terrible idea. Actually, no. Gengar does what? 1, 2 super effectives, 3 with the Charizard, but bulky Charizards will survive that Thunderbolt. I'm going to go... yeah, I'm pretty happy just going with that lead up, getting the Intimidate. Draw that attack out. Clefairy does well here. He has no Intimidators, which is good, so I can kind of set up as long as I don't run into that Whimsicott Encore set. Breloom doesn't do much. Torpedo does. And lastly, I'll keep Heatran in the back to take up any Heat Waves. So let's see what we're going with here. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna send out my Pokemon here. So my Salamence is gonna get the Intimidate on any physical attackers. I'm hoping to see the, yep, here we go, the Whimsicott Terrakion lead. So what I'm going to do is just intimidate both of those guys. And I'm gonna go straight for the Dragon Dance and for the Follow Me. This is going to direct all of Whimsicott's beat-ups and all of, and that's the main thing, on top of any encores will all be directed at Clefairy. Mad Moxie's going to really enjoy that friend guard taking damage off him while he can get that boost up. From there, I believe he's able to KO Terrakion. That's what I'd like to see. So yeah, there we go. The beat up goes on to Clefairy, does 1 HP damage each time. So that's beautiful. That's really gonna put a fucking shit cannon screwdriver. Here we go, we get the rock slide. Am I gonna flinch? Yes, and I do get the D-dance up. So there we go, that's beautiful. That's what I like to see. So now, hopefully he's going to fall for the bait and go in for that return while I knock out the rest of his guys. I am going to continue following, using Follow Me, mainly because if they bait in with an Encore as well, Clefairy just doesn't mind. She'll just keep directing all the status stuff that Whimsicott does. Main thing I'm worried about is a possible Tailwind. There we go, Terrakion just doing really well by itself. What can Whimsicott do? Dazzling Gleam? No, uses Taunt on the Clefable. That's fine, I'm using the return, so that's alright. That's alright, because now I get to return and Ice Beam. And that'll do an alright amount, knock out any possible Focus Sash. After that I can bring Clefairy back a bit, and that shouldn't be an issue. As Whimsicott does go for the Tailwind, raising its speed above the rest of my team. Meaning that in the future turns, if I don't get the... I do get the KO. Perfect. So in future turns now, that's going to be Whimsicott going first very easily. But that's fine, because that beat-up tactic is done. Now, the option is whether or not Clefairy is going to be useful in this lead. We do have the Gengar coming out. I am keen to... Cresselia and Charizard. Pretty keen to... Yeah. Gonna go for the return against the Gengar, and I am going to... Ice Beam it? I'm gonna Ice Beam the Gengar as well. If I can just eat out from this Whimsicott, then I'll be very happy. So the Gengar is going here for the Mega Evolution, stopping any switches going forward. Hopefully he's going to go for a Sludge Bomb. No, Encore. Which is A-okay, because I like Return. Encore Disable. So I'm gonna struggle then. That's alright. I will go for the Ice Beam on the Whimsicott again. That was a good play. I really thought that was really clever. So we get the Azumarill coming in, and now Gengar is going to disable that. That's pretty annoying. So, I'm going to struggle. It'll be a decent amount. It's pretty fucking annoying. That's alright, my taunt is worn off. I'm gonna fight, struggle, and I am going to... Thunder Wave the Gengar. As he does go for the Sludge Bomb onto the Clefairy, does not want Clefairy out on the field, and Azumarill is going to go for the Play Rough. That is absolutely atrocious. That's abominable. That's evil. And going for the double protect at all is also not a brilliant option. So that was a good play on my opponent's end. The Tailwind has petered. It's not going to do much. As I do bring in everything else involved at all. Obviously, Aqua Jet's the only option here, as I am going to... That Aqua Jet's so obvious, though. The Aqua Jet Protect is very, very obvious. I think this Gengar is actually going to Protect. And he may switch in the Whimsicott, and that'll just be even worse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Belly Drum here, and I'm going to... sorry, I'm not going to Belly Drum, I'm going to smack that up. Punish any Whimsicott switch, and potentially get that bloody... out of my face. So I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon on the Azumarill, and that's the best thing, I think, to do. Yep, as the Whimsicott does come in. Now, the Sludge Bomb on Azumarill is going to bloody KO it, I bet. As the Gengar does go for the Protect. That's perfect. Flash Cannon. And I did stop any potential Sash that turn, so that is perfect. The Protect was not my friend. Now, I'm pretty sure this Heatran can survive an Aqua Jet. So what I am going to do is I'm going to fight, I'm going to play rough this Azumarill, and I'm going to Earth Power this Gengar. So this may tie up the game. This is pretty close. I've got my guys at full health. I don't think this Azumarill is going to be able to take a full power play rough. The only thing I can think of is Aqua Jet does somehow land the KO on Heatran, and that would make me a very sad panda. As the Azumarill does go for the Protect, the Gengar goes for the Disable on the Azumarill. No more play roughing. I do go for the Earth Power. I do land the Earth Power. The Gengar is down. Now. That's fine. As I am now just going to... What am I going to do? I don't want to weaken myself with Belly Drum, so I'm going to go for the double attack, obviously, on the Azumarill, and that should be game. A full power Heatran should take an Aqua Jet reasonably well. Otherwise, I'll still hit this Azumarill with 2 of mine. Yep. So that's outspeeding me. Yeah, that did not much. This should bring it down to KO range of my own Aqua Jet. Worst case scenario. Yeah. That's annoying. Get back up there. That's fine. So I'll just wrap that up and that'll be it. Ultimate might forfeit, and that'd be pretty annoying. Will that KO? It's probably down to a damage roll. But yeah, actually no, it did just over half. Yeah, easy KO. I can just keep hammering away with Aqua Jets. It's my game. I've got Citrus Berry, I've got everything. And, oh, we do Speed Tie, so we're probably using a very similar set. As he does go for the play rough. Which will bring me down, Citrus range, heal back up. He will now die to another Aqua Jet. And I don't have my play rough disabled, that would have been handy a couple of turns ago. But that's fine. Probably banked on that, and we're done. Alright, and that was a really close game, but luckily I managed to get that around. Gengar Whimsicott's the first time I've seen that. But that was pretty fun. I'm pretty happy with how that battle went. The Disable Encore, I probably should have seen coming, but that's the first time I battled against it. So I'm definitely a lot less likely to face it in the future. Really thought that was going to be I guess it's a dual Mega Team just like mine. It's getting a bit more popular because I've seen it once or twice. Alright. Alright, guys, that's everything for today. Obviously, I am working on that Sceptile Gyarados team, as I mentioned before. Shoot me any messages if you want to see anything being used specifically. Otherwise, what we'll be doing is basically just going around and trying different teams as I try and climb the ladder. So I should have just regained my original position. I'm not doing very well on the stream, but I guess that's just gonna get better as it goes. So, that's everything. This has been Spooky Fridge from the League, signing off. Peace.